you growing up in with religion as such a part of your life and faith, how was this dimension bringing that into play of uncovering, like you said, a conspiracy of 2,000 years, like around everything that you grew up with?
Well, there's a part of me talking about the inner child that was like, "Oh, this is Indiana Jones happening right now."
Well,
Like we were in the trenches in these places and
it
uncovering these almost like an relics or these artifacts of truth that was so powerful.
it felt like that watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's
was what was really cool about it, actually.
yeah, it's swept into it, global, going to places that I, had never dreamed I would wind up in situations I would have never imagined I'd be in. So that, yes, surreal is a great word. But in that surrealness, experiencing such high level synchronicity, or actually we've been upgrading it, maybe serendipity is the word that we're using now because it's like very for the good connections where, in my religious past, definitely grew up in the religious aspect, but the spirituality and the connection that came through for me, where I always was able to find my true north, was serendipity, were these moments where I could see a higher force or a higher power at work guiding different steps and decisions. And man, this film and this journey has been such an elevated experience of that, where I mean, we could have a whole podcast just on that topic of
Yeah.
just these crazy moments that should not have happened and they did. And so that's why when we talk about the animals protecting us, also the animals guiding us, also Jesus and, we Buddha and these figures, in a way, these stones and breadcrumbs have been left, but the people and the places, the connections has been insane. It's just so surreal. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's really like surrendering. It's kind of all the films, particularly this one, surrendering ourselves of what we want to do to make the film. And as we really surrendered, it's like, hey, we're going to lead the way. Go here, talk this. And it's like, whoa, and the perfect timing of when to talk to a certain person.
I mean, even for me meeting Kip, that was probably about a year and a half deep into fully having stepped away from my community and my church and literally my band that I was playing with and that was on its, the fast track to Sony Records and all of that. And it was funny because it sounds so cliche, but towards the end of 2016, I wound up with some friends at Burning Man, and it's that cliche Burning Man story. But definitely while I was there was a moment where I surrendered to this idea of filmmaking and had a very profound moment writing that in a journal, setting it away as an intention at one of the installations there. And when I got back from Burning Man, amidst all kinds of synchronicities, I was so dead tired. It was my birthday week, so I went and had my birthday right after. And a friend of mine who does vegan raw chocolates that I help out with these demos, she said, "Hey, I want you to come to this event and help, sell the chocolates." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so tired." And I was this close to telling her I wasn't going to do it. And then something in me was like, "No, you're on this wave. Like, take that initiative, take that leap." And so I went there, and it was the silliest festival. It was not a very good. It was an environmental festival, and there were so many things about it that were a little off. And so after my shift helping her out, I was like, I'm just going to leave. And then right as the moment I was about to leave, a friend that I recognized walked by, and I said, "Oh, it's my friend. Okay, I'll go chat with him." We start walking around the corner, and we wind up around the corner to a Cowspiracy screening. And I was like,
wow.
"Oh, wow, that's that film." And then the rest is history from there. But it's all these little moments too, I
Yes.
think, when
Yeah.
you asked before about these questions or these moments, of truth and following your truth. A lot of times for me, like in that moment, I didn't want to go to this thing, but it's like learning how to tune into that small voice that's like saying something maybe even different than what your physical body is ready to do, but you know that your soul is like pulling you towards.
Yeah, and guiding you into places that are sometimes uncomfortable
Yeah.
as well, and like facing that resistance. And that's something I applaud both of you for what you did with all of the movies, really, not just the latest one, but everything that you do is you show a lot of difficult truths that comes to animal agriculture and consumption and such. And coming from somebody, Mark and I used to do this activism.